I think Aaron Judge will be the best right-handed hitter of all time if we win the World Series this year.
I think Jalen Brunson is definitely our highest performer in, like close games in the last minute.
I think he's good, but I don't think he played his best.
Yeah, I agree with you. Welcome back to our show today. Today we're talking about the Knicks, the Giants, and baseball. Today we're going to be talking about March Madness and the recap of it. So the recap of the champion. So Michigan and UConn played in the national championship game. Michigan won that game 69-63. Well, what do you think?
Well, in the first half of the game, Michigan took control pretty high, outscoring them, I think, 33-29, and this kept control throughout the game. So I expected Michigan to win. They were the better team, and I just expect this. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, Michigan was a 1 seed. UConn was a 2 seed. But yeah, I think Michigan was better throughout the whole season. I mean, yes, they were a 1 seed, but dude, I was surprised. I mean, I didn't think Michigan. I think they could have made it a national championship. I don't think they would have won it though.
Yeah, and through the teams that were like UConn went against, I thought one of the teams were going to beat them, but it happens. And,
yeah, especially Duke. Yeah,
yeah.
UConn. I mean, yeah, but UConn is pretty good, so you have to give them that. At least they made it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so now we're going to talk about the Final Four. So Michigan played Arizona. Obviously, Michigan won that game 91-73. What are your thoughts on that one?
I expected Michigan to win. I thought Arizona's good, but I thought just Michigan was just better, and they proved it in this game. What do you think?
Yeah, I think Michigan was a better team. I did hear a lot of people saying that Arizona was going to win that game, but I mean, I didn't believe for a second. I think Michigan has just been a better team. I don't know if Arizona played the best comp. Maybe they did, but I think that Michigan's just better than them, and they clearly showed. I mean, they won by 18 points, about 20 points, yeah. So then Illinois versus UConn. UConn won that game 71-62. It was closer than the other one, but it still was like a 10-point difference.
Yeah, but I didn't think that Illinois was going to win that game, but I knew there was a chance of them winning, but I thought this game was going to be a little bit closer than this. But
yeah, I mean, most of these Final Four games, I mean, none of them were really close. They're not like the thrillers we saw like in the first, second round.
Mm-hmm.
Like some of those teams,
like Wisconsin losing or something. Yeah.
That was crazy, especially like the 1-point games. But so now we're talking about some upsets that you did not see happening. All right, so Iowa going to the Elite Eight. I don't think anyone had that in their brackets.
When I made a lot of brackets, and I think in a couple of them I had them going kind of far, but like it was just random, and I didn't really see them going that far. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean Iowa. I mean, I think they played number 1 seed Florida. I really thought like Florida was gonna like wipe the floor with them, but they stayed strong. I mean, they made it all the way to Elite Eight. I mean, that's crazy. And Florida was last year's national champions. So, and then we also have they played Nebraska, another really good team. I don't know how they beat them, but they did win that one. And then they got killed by Illinois in the last one, but I mean that doesn't really mean anything.
Yeah.
So what do you think about those games?
I thought, like you said, I didn't expect them to beat Nebraska, but I kind of saw them losing to Illinois, kind of happening like kind of a little bit of Cinderella run, like Texas. Texas made it to the Sweet 16 as an 11 seed. I did not see that happen. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, they were the 11, and usually 11s get out around 32. But, I mean, they did make Sweet 16. They did win one more game than I thought they would have. But, I mean, that was pretty good. They did something good this year, and Sweet 16 is pretty far.
Yeah. All right. Next up, Lucas and Darin will be talking about the New York Knicks.
Hi, today we'll be talking about the Knicks and their big playoff push. So the status of this big event, just trying to win as many games as possible, right?
Yeah.
We're already in a good spot. I think we're third.
Yeah, we're third. Boston and Detroit clinch. So as of right now, we're probably going to get the 3rd seed.
Gotcha.
And probably play Toronto or Philly, which I like those matchups in the first round. Should be a very easy win for them. What do you think?
I agree. Just the recent trend in general, we've been scoring a lot of points. We're fast on the floor. And against a team like Philly, I think we should win, especially with their playoff record in the past. They really can't win those games. They can't get to the final. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting to watch.
Yeah, well, right now Jalen Brunson, still the clear leader on this team, dropping 25-plus points a game. Really good, controlling the tempo up and down the floor, and he's going to be a big player down the stretch, and he has been right now, and in the playoffs.
I'm still a little worried, though, about his it's just I feel like he's a little selfish on the floor sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm a little worried about that, especially in the playoffs. You got to get everybody on the team involved on the floor if you want to win. So I am a little worried about him taking bad shots that he shouldn't be taking.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like some points in a game when he's shooting really well and they're coming down to the wire, I feel like he's a little too confident in himself in some ways.
No doubt.
You can trust a lot of guys on the floor. You can even trust Cat there, too. He's pretty good for the three as a center, but also OG Anunoby's been pretty good this year at the three, and Mikal Bridges. So you could trust anybody.
Yeah, I mean, Anunoby and Towns, they're guarding top players every night. Every night they play, they're guarding the best player on the other team, and we're even getting the results.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what our record is. I think, what are we? I know we're
It's
third.
a very good record,
Yeah.
and we're really above 500.
Yeah, easily above 500. Honestly, going into the season, I didn't expect this level of dominance from this team. I don't think anyone was expecting that, right?
I mean, people were expecting us to be good, but we didn't know how good they were going to be.
Yeah, I wasn't too sure.
Yeah.
Let's see their playoff outlook in general. What's some things that we could work on going into this playoff stretch?
I mean, limit turnovers. Well, like we said earlier, Brunson holding onto the ball for too long causes him to take a bad shot and other team going the other way. Losing games, too, is a big thing.
Obviously, yeah, in the playoffs.
Coming down to the end, really close, too, which in a playoff series, you have to win the close games. Most playoff games usually come down to 2 minutes left in the game. Whoever has the ball left is going to win. And they got to keep up the intensity on defense. I mean, defense has been pretty good this year. I mean, a little sluggish as of late, but still fine. And if they do that, I think they could be a really dangerous playoff team.
Definitely, I agree. Defensive intensity, I think that's really important, especially when you're on the floor.
Yeah, I mean,
Trying
just
to,
intensity in general, too.
Yeah, and in the NBA in general, I feel like teams get lazy on defense and they get punished. They're really strong offensively. It's just a lot of the time they're a little lazy on defense. Cat is definitely a little lazy on defense.
Yes.
So if he's on the floor, we got to work on covering for him, stuff like that.
Yeah.
For sure. All right. Next on the show, we'll have Jake and Darin talking Giants football.
3, 2, 1.
Welcome back to ESN. Today, me and RJ will be discussing the New York Giants. First, the Dexter Lawrence saga. So this kind of came as a shock one day when just seeing he requested trade. What do you think of that?
Yeah, I was really shocked by that. I thought he really wanted to be on this team, but I can see why. He had a good year before he got injured. Now he wants more money. I feel like he deserves it a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. He probably deserves a bit of a raise from the past 2 seasons. But, I mean, last season he had a real drop-off, only 2 sacks, but he did have an interception, too, as a D lineman.
Yeah, I was at the game when he got the interception. But I feel like the way that Dexter Lawrence thought that they weren't going to pay him enough after that good season that he had, that he's kind of like protesting a little bit, like,
Yeah.
not going to give me the money, I'm not going to do as good as you want me to do.
Yeah, I mean, from rumors I've heard, he wants close to $30 million, which he's the 12th most paid D lineman in the league right now. So $30 million, you kind of meet in the middle. Maybe just give him 26, so he thinks he got a deal out of it. But right now, not at a voluntary mini camp, too. So
Yeah, that's the part that sucks. I want to see him succeed as a Giant, including that we also drafted him back in 2019, and he has the tattoo of the Giants logo. I still want to see him on this team, and he wants to be on this team. He wants to get paid like every other superstar.
Yeah, I mean, like I said earlier, he deserves the money, but it's just a business, and we'll see. So next up we're going to talk about is OBJ wanting to come back. I want him to come back. I was a huge OBJ fan when he was with the Giants. I mean, highlight reel plays too, so.
Yeah, I also like that if he came back. We wouldn't give him a long contract, probably about a year, but I see that he wants to come back because he wants to play with Jackson Dart. And Jackson Dart and Malik Neighbors both wanted to come back. Like, he can come back for, like, a couple games and be strong. That'll be better than having Darius Slayton out there dropping every touchdown.
Yeah, I mean, one thing OBJ has, he has really good hands, too. Makes a lot of great catches. And also, like, he's not going to be explosive like he used to be, but you play him in the red zone and let him contest for a ball because I think he will win.
Yeah, he's not as fast as he used to be because he is getting older. But if we do at least every once in a while make him go deep, he can probably put up some pretty big plays.
Yeah, I mean, his past season that he played in, which was 2024 with the Miami Dolphins, it was pretty bad.
Yeah.
9 receptions, 55 yards, which is not a good season by all means, but injury plagued his whole career, and that's what happens when you get hit by the injury bug.
Yeah, I also saw when he was in Miami that he wasn't as quick and as elusive as he used to be. He's not getting off the ball as good as he was, but that's also because of his old age.
Yes. But one thing for him coming back to is him and John Harbaugh have a pretty good relationship. OBJ played for Harbaugh about 3 years ago in Baltimore.
Yeah.
And had an okay season playing with Lamar. And, I mean, there's comparisons to Jackson Dart and Lamar, Jackson Dart to Mahomes, and these good quarterbacks in the league. So I think both of them could flourish from this.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. Having Jackson Dart out there with OBJ is going to have a good reminiscence of what it used to be back in 2016.
Yeah. So next up, we're going to talk about possible other free agents the Giants could bring in. By all means, this team is still not a great team, but they're better than what they were.
Yeah.
I mean, guys still out there like Greg Van Roten, they need O-line help, especially interior O-line.
They need that right guard right now. They don't have a right guard.
I mean, last year Van Roten had a pretty good season, in my opinion.
Yeah. A lot better than I expected him to be.
He's a steady player. And then another O-lineman we can bring in is he was a Giant at one point, Kevin Zeitler. He had a pretty good season, Tennessee, veteran upgrade that could help. The run blocking is pretty good blocking guard. And he can only help the line and also create some competition with guys in there. I mean, they do have Evan Neal still, which, I mean, he's terrible, but maybe a new coaching staff could fix him because I know that Harbaugh does a pretty good job with reclamation projects.
Yeah, I agree. Even though that he is a bust, we did also switch his position than when he was. So if we put him back at that position, he might get better. But I'd rather have some veteran O-linemen than to help him get better than just do nothing and just let him start.
Yeah, and then another free agent turning over to the defensive side. So last season, Dexter Lawrence facing a lot of double teams too. So that's probably a big reason why he had a dip in production. So one guy I'm thinking about bringing in is DJ Reader, defensive tackle from Detroit. He's not what he used to be, but he's a very solid veteran guy that can help the line. He did have 17 QB pressures last season and 0 sacks. I mean, hopefully playing next to Dexter could help those numbers because Dexter's one of the top defensive tackles in the league.
Yeah. Having depth in that defensive tackle chart, we don't really have. We have Dexter Lawrence, then we have Darius Alexander, and then who else? We don't really have anyone. We all let them be free agents. So having that depth with also a veteran with DJ Reader, that could really help us and improve our defensive line than anything else.
Yeah, I mean, Darius Alexander, I think, had a very underrated season. I mean, the beginning, he was a little slow, but towards the end of the season, he was starting to make plays. Got a few sacks, too.
Yeah, including in that Detroit Lions game.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure he had 3, which he showed off why we picked him. He's very explosive. I like how he does his job. That also helps with our interior defensive line.
Yeah, so next, a big conversation for the Giants is the draft. Who are they going to take? There's multiple names they could take. One of them, I think, is Sonny Styles, linebacker out of Ohio State. This kid is a pro. He's built like one, very fast off the ball, gets a lot of tackles, and should be a top 5 pick.
No, he will be. I also like Sonny Styles. He showed off in the draft combine this year. I do really like him. With Arvell Reese, they're really good, but I'll take Sonny Styles any day of the week. And
then another draft option they could do is Caleb Downs, safety/free safety out of Ohio State. A lot of comps to Kyle Hamilton, in my opinion, and we know how much John Harbaugh loves safeties. Yeah, and he thinks they're a big component to the defense.
And I feel like with the Giants' defense, that's one of our top needs right next to CB's. We do need help with Javon Holland out there. He does. Yeah. Tyler Newman, he's good. He's not like.
He's more of a nickel.
Yeah, I would say he's more of a nickel than a passer. He's better on the run defense than anything. But having Caleb Downs out there can really improve our deep threats as a defense.
Yeah, and then another player on defense, I'm thinking, I feel like this is more of a trade down option, would be cornerback Mansour Delane out of LSU. Probably the best corner in the draft. Not a really strong corner draft, in my opinion, but they need cornerback help. I mean, Paulson Debo holding out of this voluntary minicamp, I don't know about. But also, they also did bring in Greg Newsome, which I think is a very underrated signing.
Yeah, and pairing him up with Drew Phillips, who had a pretty good year last year. I liked how aggressive he was. This CB can really help us. Sure, we can trade down for him, probably get other picks with our 5th pick. But I feel like he's one of the best CBs in this draft, and I like him a lot.
And then another Ohio State player, actually, a very good Ohio State draft class, in my opinion, this year, is wide receiver Cornell Tate. I mean, in a lot of the mock drafts, I've seen Cornell Tate. He can be a top 5 pick, but he also could drop more like a top 15 pick.
Yeah.
So it depends who's on the board for them at that spot, because if Downs or Styles is still there, they should still take Sonny Styles.
Yeah. I see Cornell Tate. I see him going to the Giants. I see him going to other teams as well. But Cornell Tate is a really good wide receiver. Yeah. He has that DK Metcalf build, which is honestly really good with a lot of CBs nowadays being more aggressive than they were. Yeah. And having that height and that speed and that aggressiveness at wide receiver could really help us with the depth chart.
And, I mean, when you look at the Giants' wide receiver depth chart, it is not big at all.
It's not.
Malik Neighbors is not a big receiver. I mean, Darius Slayton, not that big either. So you add a big wide receiver like him, that takes pressure off Malik. And also that opens up the field for a guy like Theo Johnson, too, and Darius Slayton.
And Isaiah Likely, we just got him, too. That could really help. With Cornell Tate, he also has that speed, so we can put him in deep threats, too, with Malik Neighbors pairing.
Yeah.
So that could really help us, too, with our wide receiver depth.
Yep. Thank you for watching ESN. When we return, RJ and Jack will be talking New York Yankees.
Welcome back to ESN. Today we'll be talking about the Yankees and how their season going. So their record is 9-7. What's your thoughts on this?
No, I thought they started off hot, but after getting swept by Tampa Bay, they just haven't been doing that good so far.
Yeah. So they beat the Mariners 5-0 and 5-3, but lost 2-1. They beat the Marlins 8-2 and 9-7, but lost 7-6. They beat the Athletic 5-3, but lost 3-2 and 1-0. And then they got swept by the Rays. And then their most recent game, they beat the Angels 11-10. So what's your thoughts on these past few games?
Those losses, including the A's one when we lost 1-0, that just sucked. I mean, how did we lose by 1 point? The sweep, that one also was hard, you know. I thought we were going to win those games, but obviously we didn't. And then yesterday's one, I mean, it was all right. It just showed that we don't have the best pitching staff, giving up 10 runs and then going into extra innings. But Aaron Judge and Trent Grisham both had multi-home run games, and Mike Trout.
Yeah.
All three of them had 2 home runs. And I think Aaron Judge so far since the last couple games has been doing okay. He had 2 home runs last night and a home run against Tampa Bay to tie up the game. But overall, he's been doing okay. Not as good as I want him to be. What do you think?
Yeah, I think Aaron Judge has been doing pretty well. He definitely is one of the best on the Yankees. He has I think he has 14 hits and only 20 strikeouts, which is pretty good. And then he also has 6 home runs, which he leads the team in. So Ahmed Rosario against the Athletics homered 2 times. What's your thoughts on that?
No, honestly, I didn't know this guy when he was coming into that game, and he hit 2 home runs to give us the win. I mean, that was pretty good. I liked seeing that he came off the bench to help us sort of win, but we still lost that series, which sucked, but it's okay.
Yeah. So Ben Rice leads the Yankees with a batting average. What's your thoughts on that?
I mean, he showed off that he was really good last year. He did have over 30 home runs, and now leading the league in leading his team in batting averages, I think it's pretty good too.
Aaron Judge obviously leads the team in home runs, and then he also leads the team in RBIs. Ben Rice leads the team with on-base percentage at 508, and then Giancarlo Stanton leads the team with 17 hits. What's your thoughts on these?
No, Giancarlo Stanton, honestly, I didn't think he was going to do that good this year with his shoulder injury that he had over spring break. But obviously, he came out hot. He's somehow stealing bases with his speed. He's trying to go get extra bases, which I like. Ben Rice, like I said, he's proven himself since last year. Not as many home runs, but he's hitting the ball, and that's good. Aaron Judge, I mean, what did you expect from him? 6 home runs. He's the best hitter in all of baseball, right next to Ohtani.
Yeah.
So, RBIs, he hits the ball, and he hits it hard. That's all that matters.
Yeah. Thanks for watching our show. Today we talked about March Madness, the Giants, the Knicks, and the Yankees.